Hey guys, it's NoFragLimit here. I will be recording another game of Warhammer 40k Conquest today in online competitive league called Gardis Unearthed. I will be facing myself, Jeff Stelly, and Jeff decided to bring Grigory Maksim today, and I'm about to play my Ragnar. Now, before the fight, Jeff scared me off a little bit. He said he made to play Tyranids, but he's really undecided about it, and I thought I cannot really suffer another loss of points with another Harried, so I decided to play something which I built especially to hunt. Ragnar Blackmane, the deck I tested many times before, proved me to give me many wins, so I'm kind of struggling here for another point, so I decided to play safe. Now, Jeff mentioned that this Maxim is the experimental build. I do not really know what does it mean, but I'm about to find out very quickly. So, quick look on my hand. I have a copy of Rattling Deadeye, I have a copy of Tactical Squad, a Void Pirate, and a Promotion. All those cards are really cheap and good on the first deployment to gain as much command as possible, and I am really thinking about keeping this hand. You can see I have a Blackmane hand and the Primal Hole. Those two cards combined together can give you a quick boost with another 3 cards if your commitment to the planet will be accurate and match the commitment of your enemy. I'm trying to set a trap onto one of those cheap units like Rattling Deadeye or Void Pirate with the Calajan Devil's Patrol. So if the Maxim will decide to land there, he will probably meet a surprise. So I'm kind of seeing this hand is able to work. So quickly look on the plans. The first one allows you to sacrifice the unit. The second one allows you to resolve the battle on a non-first planet. The third one allows you to resolve the command struggle with flipped command hammers between the units of you and your opponent. And the fifth one allows you to move the units between the planets. Now, the first victory condition is on the plan number 3. 4 actually first planets have the red icon. So I could really target those straight away. Initiative is on my side, so I need to really start using this from the very beginning. I think the first deployment for myself should be the one which I'm not really sending any information to my opponent, and the most obvious choice for myself would be the Void Pirate. I'm trying to think how I would like to deploy the units, but the Void Pirate is the obvious choice, and I'll put him as far away as possible, which is plan number 5. And Jeff decides to play the Convent Priority's Advisor. After a Vostroya unit moves to a planet, place 1 fate token on it. Then you may sacrifice the support to place 1 fate token on that unit and rally 6 cards for the support and add it to your hand. So basically, any Vostroya units landing on the planets, they will get the fate icon. So that works well for the train. If the Warlord itself, which is the Vostroya unit, will land, he will get the fate icon. If any other units following the Warlord will land on that planet, they will get the fate icons as well. So great card for the beginning, I think. So Warlord is automatically secured with 1 fate icon for the rest of the game. I decided to play the Rattling on plan number 3, and a very quick response from Jeff is another support Cardinal Agra Decree. While you control a fate icon, each Vostroya unit you control gets +1 attack. So interrupt when this card enters your discard pile. Okay, so actually this is a very good combined effect with the fate icon he will get from the first support. He will automatically gain 1 attack to each Vostroya unit on the other support. I decided to reply with the Tactical Squad on plan number 2, and his next deployment is another support with 0 cost, which is a troop transport. Troop transport, if sacrificed, allow you to put 1 guardsman or 2 guardsmen on the green planet. So far he's just building his headquarters really well. So I already deployed a 3 unit, so I cannot do really anything else than just place this promotion on one of my cards, and I decide to play the promotion on Void Pirate to secure the income from the additional card if he would decided to play anything else against it. But he instead put another support, Embarkment Squad. Embarkment Squad as a command action allows you to add a non-upgrade trade transport, upgrade transport, and whenever that unit will retreat from the battle, you can put 2 guardsman tokens from play. So let me put that straight. So it's adding a transport trait to the units, and whenever that unit will go off from the battle after the combat round ends, it will trigger the deployment of 2 tokens. So together with that troop transport, he can get actually 4 tokens in play straight away, and he can secure them with the fate icons, and those fate icons will add additional attacks to whatever he has. So it is actually pretty sick build. I'm kind of looking on those cards and I'm thinking, okay, that's quite a lot of support, quite a lot of additional effects. There are no really units I see. I cannot really deploy anything else. I'm not going to be putting those devils on the table to make them visible. I would like to keep their surprise effect and keep them hidden from enemy warlord. So I decide to pass my actions. It's all back to Grigory Jeff now to really deploy something, I hope. It's not going to be another support, because that'll be a Chinese wall build, and I wouldn't like to see this. It kind of looks pretty sick from my point of view already, and we need to follow all those additional effects in every single battle. And I'm thinking here, the longer Jeff will be able to play with those supports, the worse the worse it works for me. So I guess my line of play will be to kind of choke or get him as quick as possible on the first 2-3 planets to really prevent him from turning this game into a long run. So in the long run he will start gaining ground, and his deployment is the Sacred Rose Immolator. Now the Immolator, whenever he goes on the planet, moves on the planet, he deals 1 damage to 2 enemy units, and also whenever he resolves the attack, he also does 1 damage to 2 enemy units. So Immolator is a good unit for swarmy decks like mine. I have a lot of cheap units here, so I do not really want to see it alive. Now he put 4 supports in 1 unit. He left himself with 4 resources. I'm kind of thinking what he could have in those 2 cards. If you look on the table, there are actually 4 cards and 5 resources to gain, so pretty equal. There's no really a dry side of it. So I passed, so it's about for him to deploy another unit if he can. I'm thinking here, he already deployed 4 support, so that's about to take that ability out from the enemy warlord. He won't really use them as shields. He put them in play. Okay, the first planet is a green planet, so the troop transport will double, but the Sacred Rose Immolator is not a tank, so even if any shields left the opponent's hand, they won't work as a double shield. And he decided to actually put in play a slave-powered wagon orc unit, which allows him to destroy the token and gain +1 attack, +1 HP. As a new poker card, I haven't really seen this in play as of yet, so I was more imagining to see it with the enemy warlord, not the Maxim itself, but I think probably Jeff's deck is a very high token generator, so it could work here as well. So it's complicated. So he's thinking about another deployment. He still have 2 resources left. He will drop all the cards to the table? Wow, that would be so sick. So he mentioned before that his opening hand is beautiful. It's the best one he could imagine. So I am thinking of like what he could have. So if it's that unit and he will deploy that last card, he will leave himself without any cards at all. And that means there are no shields to protect that immolator. I could really try to strike it with Ragnar, trigger the Catachan Devil's patrol ability and hit with the Devils to really open that vehicle and rip it off from the ground. Now he decides to deploy the last card, which is Holy Battery. The battery, while a planet with a unit with the Fate icon, and gains the attack value. After you use a shield card on this unit, place one Fate icon on it. So whenever you shield it, it regains the Fate icon, and if he gets the Fate icon, he's got +1 attack. So I guess it's a chain reaction for all those Fate icons he can add, and the shielding reaction which the Maxim can use. So it really makes perfect sense to keep that unit in his deck, I presume. So far they are all low cost units. Normally I see the Maxim build around elite heavy tanks. This time they are smaller vehicles here, so I mean that's a tank as well. So let's see how that's going to turn out. Now I'm thinking about the commitment. Maxim, I probably will see him on the planet number 5, trying to get my Void Pirate. Is a tempting proposition for me to get there, really. So I guess it wouldn't be that bad if I would try to land on planet number 4 between that Ratling and a Void Pirate. One of them will be targeted by the Maxim. I'm more kind of tempted to go for the Void Pirate, but I think he can also target the Ratling. The safest choice for me to make is to land on planet number 4 and use the signature event of Blackmane's Hunt to kind of dodge and move on one of the atom planet. But from the other hand, as I see all those supports in his hand, I am not keen to risk anything and let him play for long. I think the best choice for me will be to go for plan number 1. To go for plan number 1 and try to kill that Rose Immolator as quick as possible, as Jeff doesn't have any resources and no cards on his hand. There are no shields to protect this bastard, and he could give that transport upgrade or non-upgrade ability from this card to pull him back and regain another 2 tokens, guardsman tokens, and then play the troop transport, spawn another 2 tokens, and he could end up really bad. So it depends where he about to go. He will only win 2 planets maximum with the command struggle. It would be definitely plan number 4. It would be planet number 5 or planet number 3. Now, it's a very important round, so I'm taking my time considering all the options. And I think the planet number 1 will be better for me. First of all, it's my initiative. I will strike with my Warlord, even if the Grigory will find me there. This is actually going to help because I'm able to strike the Ragnar's ability. I don't think he will go there. I think he will decide to go for 5 or 3. So you know what, I will risk it. I will go and play the quick snowball to finish it off quickly. So yeah, he decides to go for plan number 3, so it makes perfect sense. He would try to drop down my Ratling as soon as possible, and I am going to plan number 1, as I said. So now the commit reaction from myself limits the hand to 8, which doesn't do nothing. His commit reactions remove the damage, so we don't do really nothing. I control 3 planets. With the pirate itself, it will be total of 3 cards and 3 resources. And him, he will gain 2 cards and 2 resources for 2 planets. So a little bit better for me in the command. He gains the Fate icon from the support effect on the Vostroya unit, which just landed on the planet. He do have 2 cards in his hand right now. What I received is another copy of Tactical Squad, another Void Pirate, and Silent Strike Force, the ranged unit from Deep Strike. So he decides to trigger the ability of the support in command, which is to give the transport trait to that emulator. So he will try to retreat and gain 2 tokens here. So that's it, no actions. I decide to strike with the Ragnar. He doesn't really shield this, so it's good. He didn't really thought too long about it, so he may not have any shields in his hand. He decides to attack and automatically added the 1 fate icon, but I'm showing him the Catachan Devil's Patrol effect, so he needs to wait with that fate icon, and the Devil's obviously forcing him to cancel the attack or to add 2 damage to his unit before the attack to eventually kill it off. So he's considering the shield now. Probably he's able to shield this effect, but if he will be able to prevent it again from the Catachan Devil's Patrol attack, I don't think he has to shield this. The emulator is not a tank, so even if he does have support in his hand, they will not really save his ass. So no, he decides to actually scrap the emulator straight away, so he won't even be triggering the troop transport here, which is great for me. That's cool. So I took that one very easily. He have no actions, I have no actions, so I can sacrifice the unit here. Now I'm thinking, Void Pirate has this promotion, he's really valuable command unit on that plan number 5, so I will keep him there. If I'm about to sacrifice something, it will be the Dratling Deadeye, who will anyway probably die here, so I will gain 2 resources and 2 cards for that sacrifice. So this planet works very well for me here, and as you see is the free shielding, signature attachment, Frostfang, and the White Sky Bikers. Really good 2 cards, so I'm happy about that one. So he's about to resolve the plan number 3, the battle, as I claim the first planet. I have no actions here, so he can really go and resolve the command struggle on any planets he chooses. So I guess this will be plan number 5, where he can gain 2 cards and 1 resource. So yeah, I've added resources manually. Okay, I'm just kind of making it clear for him. All right, and I'm adding the icons manually. Sorry, so I added the resources already. So I'm putting the planets on the side just because of the NVIDIA Prime planet reaction, which allows to copy the effects from the discard. It doesn't really work well because the planets in discard are visible as the old planets from the different sector, so we are still forced to do it so that way. But yeah, I also added the count manually to make it clear. So he triggers the ability, and that gained him the command struggle with my reverted icons with 2 cards and 1 resource. All good. Goes to round number 2. I'm kind of reshuffling. I gain here a drop order south. Gain here another copy of White Sky Bikers. So I have quite a lot of units in my hand and have 10 resources. So it's really good to see. I'm quite happy about that. He has 7 resources, 6 cards. So cool. The cards I need are here now. So I guess he mentioned before that his opening hand is good, and now he's telling me that he have the cards he needed. So I guess 7 cards is not enough for him, and that's good to know. Like he received something well fitted for himself. So it will be his initiative. This time the plan number 1 is Jariha, which allows to resolve a battle on non-first planet. And his deployment is another copy of Emulator Rose Transport Vehicle. So the same unit I already busted before. And he decides to put it again on a plan number 1. So now I'm thinking I really need to kind of deploy here a can opener to get it killed. Now, what would be? I guess I will keep that decision for later, and I'll just drop the Void Pirate on plan number 5 to make 2 economy planets at the back, and keep the command for myself. And now he deploys the new attachment, the Departamento Munitorium 8, which allows him to add HP on the unit, and whenever that unit will retreat, whenever that attachment is exhausted, it allows him to retreat that unit. So it's a great addition to his support already. So he's building up the chain reactions quite quickly. I need to really stop that straight away. He deploys another copy of Holy Battery on the plan number 1, so he's definitely committed to come here with a full force. Now, I do not really see anything else I could potentially do than just deploy more units here to commit myself to that planet. And I'm thinking here, there'll be a lot of troop transport. There'll be a lot of small units coming in. So White Sky Bikers, obviously, they will get some bonus here from the Warlord. But I will keep it. I can deploy 2 more. Maybe here with these 2 resources, he will see that I'm deploying somewhere else, and he made to drop off from plan number 1. But no, he passed, so I'm putting bikers and a tactical squad here. Now, I'm pretty confident here. I am gaining the command on 3 planets, planet number 1, planet number 4, planet number 5. So I'm thinking here where he would go with Warlord. Now, this is very important for me to figure it out. I have 2 shielders, I have 3 shielder. I'm really secured in terms of defending my units from enemy attacks, so I'm kind of confident with that. I also have a copy of Drop Order South, so I could figure it out. Now, I think I could easily aim for plan number 3, but I think Maxim will go for my economy, either plan number 4 or plan number 5, so I will aim for plan number 4 and try to find him there. He won't go for plan number 1. That's obviously a mad choice. This round it looks like I'm about to commit there again with the Ragnar. I did so in a first round, and I didn't went to protect my Void Pirate. So he made to go and try to get my Void Pirate this time. So that's my line of thinking. Let's see if it's correct. I decided already. He's still thinking about the commitment. He didn't change his score, so be careful about that. Sometimes this is very decisive move. So he decided plan number 4, and I'm guessing this accurately, which allows me to trigger first the commitment, which allows me to add the fate icon on the Void Pirate. I'm kind of rethinking that right now. It's not really your best choice. I should be really thinking about that battle on planet number 1 and add the fate icon there on one of those tactical squads, which I'm about to do. So now is the reaction from Maxim itself. So he can add the 1 fate icon to the unit and 1 fate icon to the unit which moves on the planet, which is the Maxim. So yeah. Now I can trigger the ability of the Ragnar for landing on the same planet as Maxim, so that was the really good interception in the command, really to find out him fishing for my Void Pirates. I was an easy prey, so 2 damaged, 1 and 1 added to the Warlord. Now we can go for the command struggle. I'm actually winning 3 planets here. He's only winning 1, so it's a good choke. I'm quite happy about that one, really. Gaining here a full card and 4 resources, absolutely awesome. And he is gaining only 1 card and 1 resource. He says it's insane guess. He tried the worst place. I could really see that happening, mate. So bam, got you where I thought you will go. I guess the longer you play Ragnar, the easier it's getting for you to guess where the enemy Warlord will go. And many times that when the guys they playing against the Ragnar, they kind of reconsidering their options and going for the second best choice instead of the first most obvious one. This time Jeff went for the first most obvious ones, but the second one was really planet number 3 or player number 5 anyway. So me with this Blackmane Hunt event signature card, I would really get him anyway. So he obviously triggers his support, the first one to give the upgrade trait to the emulator. So whenever he retreats, he will generate some tokens. It's a tough situation for me now. Obviously, I can deep strike. His action is asking me, do I have any actions? No, he doesn't have any, so I can really deep strike. I have enough money to bring that unit into play. So I will do so for free resources. I will deploy the Scion ranged squad, which can attack for free. So I have now 4 solid units here, 2 with a strong attack, and well, it's actually no White Sky Bikers. They don't get any bonus with the attack because the Warlord is not being present. So that is kind of sucks. I have 2 tactical squads. They will definitely help me out with those tokens here, so they could be useful. The tactical squads are the newest addition. It's a really cool card, really. I thought about it. I have nothing against Swarm little decks, and with generating plenty of units, so tactical squads are kind of bringing more balance into what I did so far, which is just single powerful attacks. So I guess I got that one right as well, putting it in the game. So it's up to Jeff. He don't have any action, so I can strike with the ranged unit for free. That's my first action. I'm deciding to hit the emulator first. To let it go, I mean, I would like him to retreat and just go off the planet anyway. He decides to add that damage. Is he shielding one or not? Yeah. He just realized right now that emulator is not a tank, so he won't double shielded it from Warlord ability. So he definitely have some supports on his hand, and that kind of gives me a tell already. I can suspect some attacks being shielded, so yeah. Okay. Interesting. That could be really a tough one. Now when I'm looking at it, it's actually a mistake. I shouldn't be really targeting this emulator, because emulator could still attack and then exhaust the attachment to pull back. So I should really let him, let him to attack with the other unit first. I mean, the other unit is a tank, so he could really shield it with the support for 2 anyway. So it's kind of hard to guess. He would add additional fate icon because he used the shield. So it's a perpetuum mobile. No, it's actually a good choice. So he added all the damage on the emulator to keep in total of 3. So yeah, okay. And he decides to attack, obviously, the emulator first. So he will use this in his advantage, and he will target a tactical squad. Now, I have a few shields here. Thinking, do I still need the Blackmane's Hunt? Probably not. Probably I could shield this off at some point with that one shielder. I still have a Primal Hole. Drop Water Salad could be useful. Frostfunk obviously will be very useful, so I will keep it for the stronger attacks, but I'm kind of reconsidering my options. So he would be able to add 2 damage on 2 single units here, so I will end up with damage anyway. I cannot really keep anything on 1 hit point because of the... So he decides to deploy, well, I didn't show the attack, so he attacks the tactical squad for 1, and he attacks the Scion assault squad for 1 as well. I will take all that damage so far, but I need to remember that this tank Vostroya unit have actually now 3 attack, not 2. So obviously I can shield it entirely with the Frostfang attachment, which is a great price to pay, but what he does also already, he exhausts the attachment to put retreat that troop transport upgraded emulator and bring 2 Guardsman tokens on the planet. So yeah, full fun. He should really wait with that, I think. Well, he couldn't really wait with that because the emulator will be the obvious choice. So no, I will now need to attack with my tactical squad to deal some area effect damage before they will kill me off. So yeah, I still have 1 shielder, so that could prevent the Guardsman attack, and I have a Frostfang which could prevent the free attack from the Holy Battery. So I will actually stand clear here. I'm not really sure what he will do, but I guess... okay, so by taking down this Fate icon, he's actually reducing himself to 3 attack, and he have a 4 attack with the Fate icon. So, actually, actually this unit is actually more dangerous than I thought. So, he does have a 4 attack now, not 3, because it's double. With the Fate icon and with the Vostroya support ability, he's actually 4 too. So Perpetuum Mobile, 4 cards. He definitely has some shields. He will be coming back. Now he's considering to add this damage or not to that unit, and he may to try to kill off my tactical squad. He may to try to kill off my White Sky Bikers. I'm not really sure what he will do. Let's see. What will be his attack? Holy Battery for 4 will try to attack my tactical squad. Okay, it's a powerful play, a strong attack, I guess. Now he will be surprised I'm about to use the Frostfang, so yeah. I took 1 damage. I left this Fate icon for any token attacks, and I'm still left in 2 hit points on that squad. So it's a good result. Jeff doesn't have any actions, so I can trigger another attack. I think the best choice, well, it should be this tactical squad, not the White Sky Bikers. The White Sky Bikers could potentially try and kill off that Holy Battery, but the tactical squad will absolutely erase those tokens, and what I need them is to die and prevent them from attacking my units. So he used the Fate icon Holy Battery to prevent that damage, but now he's considering shields for tokens. He said, oh crap, leave it. Okay, so no actions from me, no actions from him. I can strike with the White Sky Bikers again, and he decides to ditch support to add 2 more. Well, to do 2 shields and the other man Fate icon on his unit. So now really he's again 4 attack. The Perpetuum Mobile itself. He still has 3 cards. I wonder how many of those supports he may have in his hand and how many times he's able to shield my attacks. So he decides to obviously trigger the troop transport, so he's really committed here for that battle to continue the brawl. So now it's attack, and the guardsmen are attacking my tactical squad, and I'm about to shield this, definitely this time. I don't want those tactical squads to die. They are very precious here with those guardsman tokens. Another tactical squad's attacking, and this time still targeting my tactical squads, and I need to shield it again. Which card will be the best? I think the Primal Hole. I don't really need those additional cards. Drop orders out I could really keep for the next battle, where I could potentially surprise my enemy during the battle. So no, I don't want these tactical squads to go away right now. I would like him to retreat from the battle and, try to build on the next planet. So no, I will actually ditch that drop orders out. I'm figuring that if I will be able to deploy that Thunderwolf cavalry and Blackmane sentinels and Carthaginian outposts, that's already a lot of money. I won't have enough probably to play the drop pods anyways. So I kept the primal hull for later stage of the game. 2 damage shielded, actually 1. So now I'm about to ready my units, but he still says he may have an action here. So I'm wonder what it will be. He's considering his options now. Quite interesting to see what could that be, really. So now he says fine, no actions, so we ready our units, and he decides to stay. I'm obviously not scared about 2 tokens and the tank. Looks pretty good for me, so I decide to stay as well. He decides to attack for 4 on my Scion units, strikers, and I'm shielding 2 of those attacks. So good to go for myself. Yeah, that's quite a lot of shields from me. He noticed that. Obviously, I am happy about this. What I'm supposed to do now, I guess, is to attack with the Scion Force. But the problem is he will target my tactical squad in the next round, and I won't be able to deal any damage on those guardians. So the Scion, I'm kind of struggling here between 2 units to kill. Should that be I'm deciding to go the tactical squad. It's probably a mistake because he will take the fate icon and off the tank. So that will clear it off, but it will allow us to guardsman token to kill my Scion striker. So yeah, that's good to go. The next attack from myself. Well, if I'm gonna hit with Sky Biker, he will be able to shoot the tank. So I need to kill that. Is that a good play? Maybe I could kill the tactical squad, but I'm not going to risk any shields. So I'm about to do the overkill and try to kill that guardsman token. Now he decides to sacrifice the token to add 1 attack and 1 HP to his unit on the adjacent planet from his ability. So okay, this goes well. I think I'm going to attack with the tactical squad, area effect for 1. So he made to shield it. He has still 3 cards in his hand, so let's see how many of those he have in support. So there is 1. He prevented that damage and he added 1 fate icon here. So now the Perpetuum Mobile works well again. This is kind of dangerous situation for myself because now if he's gonna kill my White Scar Bikers, I will be only left with 2 tactical squads. And as long as he have 2 shields, 2 supports in his hand, I am about to die. Because he have a fate icon, actually 1 would kill me now. So I am really not sure if that's really safe for me. He says I get a fate each time I shield. Looks like it's durable, I stay. Okay, so he's kind of selling me the story here. I think he wants me to retreat. I think if he wouldn't say that, I would really be considering this move. But now, I mean, what Jeff probably don't know, I am playing poker quite a lot, really much more than the Conquest. And whenever player or the opponent tries to sell me a story, I am thinking completely opposite. So I decide to stay. He tried to convince me that he's still on 4 attack and he's generating those fate icons. It's a very dangerous situation for me. He have only 2 cards in his hand. So either I am about to succeed here marginally, or I'm about to die. Let's find out. So my White Sky Piker dies, and I'm attacking for 1. Is it going to be shielded? No, the Fate Icon goes away, and I'm attacking for 1 again. And the unit dies. So I was right. It was quite a risky move, but I was right, luckily for myself. So yes, I felt he's bluffing, and he didn't keep that tank alive, which is good for me. That will be a second red icon for myself. Pretty scary, but really good. Marginal victory. But it cost me a lot of shields, a lot of units, really, a lot of resources. So it kind of drained me down to really low in terms of resources and the cards I have. Now, Jeff passed the actions on plan number 1, so I can resolve a battle on the non-first planet. And I think, well, the White Sky Bikers now the opposite, the unit which is already boosted with some stats, so I cannot really win that in a straightforward combat. Is his initiative, so he will strike first anyway. So the only planet I can really select from that trigger ability will be planet number 5. So I can trigger the battle on the planet number 5, and that will allow me to return the units to my hand, or the opponent's hand, to restore the cost. So I could think of dropping this immolator down back to Jeff's hand, or I could really restore one of my wounded tactical squads and regain a cost and deploy them again fully healed. So I think about to do that. So both my tactical squads, they go back to HQ. From the trigger ability, I am resolving the plan on resolving the battle on plan number 5, and that will allow me to move back one of my units to the hand to gain the cost of 2, and now we can resolve the battle on plan number 4, which allows me to strike with Ragnar. I went a little bit too fast. Obviously it's his initiative, so he will dodge the bullet before I'm about to strike. If you don't mind, it's my initiative, of course. Yeah, I don't really. I just got a little bit excited here. I felt the blood, in my nose. I thought I'm gonna just, do some damage, but unfortunately, Fat Maxim was able to retreat before I did anything. So that's okay, I guess. Really good round for myself. Now I'm about to trigger the battle ability from the planet number 4, which allows me to swap positions of 2 units between the planets. And this is the interesting one. So I'm thinking here, this immolator, I really would like to put him back to planet number 3 to just prevent him from landing on planet number 2 in the next battle to deal some automatic damage. So I'm swapping it back. Go back with my Warlord. But now Jeff noticed that it needs to be really between the planets, so I cannot really replace the immolator with anything else. So I need to choose the units from between the planets. Now, the only thing I can do to Jeff is really to swap his 2 units, but I'm thinking, what is the best to keep on that plan number 1 in the next round? Is it a tank or is the Orc unit? I think the Orc unit have slightly weaker ability than this Holy Battery tank. I think the Holy Battery tank proved itself already very dangerous in the previous fight, so I wouldn't like to meet it again on the next battle, so I will keep it the way it is. Considering my own deployments, should I really change anything? Should I really consider any swap? I could swap the Void Pirate from planet number 5 with the Catastrophe Outpost and stack it together with another Void Pirate onto planet number 4. And the reason for this is that Grigory Maksim will need to defend the next red icon. It's pretty much clear that is my victory condition, so he won't be able to go for that planet number 4 or planet number 3 in the next round. As the other Void Pirate have a promotion on it, there's no way he'll be able to negate that command income. So I can really secure the bonus from Void Pirates by keeping them together with that promotion. So that's what I'm about to do. There are no more actions no more actions in this round, so we about to go for the next battle. It will be the third round. My initiative again, so I'm about to do the first deployment. 7 resources. I could put the Blackmane Sentinels, the Tactical Squad, and the Thunderwolf Cavalry all together, but I'm about to really do the Catachan Outpost first. It's the safest deployment, so I can use it in the next round. The longer it's in play, the more is useful for myself. So he deployed his signature Maxim unit, which is fine. I responded with Blackmane Sentinel signature unit as well on the plan number 5. So I have really dominated the command again. And I've been left on the 3 resources. So now, what Maxim Jeff will do here? Is he going to deploy another unit here, or is he going to? Well, I don't know. 3 cards. I cannot really guess. The Catachan Outpost will allow me to strike this immolator. He will really need that immolator on the planet, so he will come with a Warlord. That will allows me to trigger the ability from Ragnar, and obviously it will also boost the White Scar Bikers with another 2 attack. With the Catachan Outpost, those White Scar Bikers, they could really strike for 6, so they're getting really powerful. Now, I have only 1 tactical squad. I could really think about the second tactical squad on this planet, but as you already noticed, it's kind of hard if you have all those shielding effects and the fate icon effects to really do anything with them. So I'm thinking more about the Thunderwolf Cavalry to be useful here. They have a 3 attack, 3 HP. I have another copy of Primal Hole, so that could be a very useful. And as you already noticed in my hand, also I have a no fear. That's a card which I'm finding useful myself whenever I play Snowball, like now, and whenever I'm having 2-3 units from the first planet in the HQ, which doesn't really do any favor in my command. I can tap my Ragnar and really could just even command on the 3 on different planets. So it's a new addition to my deck. And what he does, he deployed another Maxim Squadron, so it's the second one, second signature unit on the first planet, so he about to pick that fight here with me. Okay. Now, is it going to be a tactical squad and rogue trader to stall it a little bit, go for plan number 2 and build the resistance over there in the next round, or should I go and just kill it off straight away on plan number 1? If I will leave the plan number 1, he will definitely kind of remove one of those troop upgraded transport to generate another 2 tokens. Then he will be able to do it in the next round on the next planet, so there'll be tokens on tokens. And kind of longer I leave it alive, the worse it would do to me. So I'm thinking I cannot let it go. I will have a White Sky Bikers, I will have a Thunderwolf Cavalry, I will have a tactical squad behind, I will have a strong Ragnar boosted with the Catachan Outpost attack value 4. I have 2 shoulder cards, but that 2 shoulder cards, Primal Hole, I could really swap for 3 cards if I will be able to land on the same planet of Grigory Maksim. So it kind of, I need to go for plan number 1. Therefore, I need to deploy this Thunderwolf Cavalry here, and I need to pick up the fight. Now, he have a 3 command icons, I have only 2, but if my signature unit will be able to come here as well, I will even the command, and he won't get anything for my for this planet. So kind of works well for me. I'm deciding to go for planet number 1, as I said, and he obviously goes for the same planet. So good guess. We meet again. Now I am triggering the effect which allows me to move damage from the tactical squad. So I did remove 1 damage. He removed the damage from the immolator, and now I'm triggering the ability of Ragnar to add 2 damage to this row's immolator. So either he needs to shield or he needs to ditch it off. So no, he didn't shield it. He actually had additional HP, which I forgot about, so it's my mistake. Alright. Triggering another reaction, which are the black sentinels on this planet. Obviously the immolator is a unit which receives 1 fate icon because it's landed on a planet, and he can now deal 2 damage to my units. So 1 damage I will prevent on the tactical squad, the other one I will add to the Thunderwolf cavalry. So tactical squad I left protected, just to keep that area damage alive. And unfortunately he was able to add another fate icon on that immolator, so this is bad, really. Now, should I? Yeah, definitely I will. I'm not going to keep that 1 card. I still have a lot of big income with the cards, but I will double it up. So I will trigger the Prima Hole here to draw 3 cards. Maybe Indomitable. Yes, there it is, Indomitable. And the drop pulls out. So 2 shoulder and Indomitable, and a Heavy Flamer, also 1 shoulder. So very good draw in terms of defensive cards for this battle. I'm really happy about that one. And as we are about to resolve the command struggle, there's only 1 planet for my opponent, which is the 1 card and 1 resource, and it will be 2 planets in total of 3 resources and 3 cards for myself. So again, a good amount, and I'm hoping for more good cards. I cannot really select that plan number 4 again, so I need to add it manually. But I already mentioned that in the chat window. So okay, let's see what kind of cards I'm going to get. Another copy of Indomitable and another single shield promotion. So really good. I'm quite safe here with what I received. So 3 resources will allow me to play the drop or out or Indomitable, or 2 times Indomitable and double shielded card. I'm not really sure which configuration here is better. I still have 2-1 shielders, promotion, and Heavy Flamer, which I'm definitely going to use first, and then I will think about what's better for me. Now, the Vostroya units, they have +1 attack. I need to remember about that. So the fate icon is present on the immolator and is present on a warlord. So I won't be able to get easily to get rid of that. So I'm adding 2 attacks to Thunderwolf cavalry to make it 5. And this will be probably the first target for my opponent to kill. I need to really use this unit to kill it off. He decides to retreat with the immolator to trigger its effect and summon 2 guardsman tokens on that planet. Makes perfect sense. I won't be able to rip it off and kill it with the Thunderwolf, but I will be able to absolutely shred that orc unit with 5 attacks. So that's what I do. So he won't be able to sacrifice the token to add the stats to that unit, which is great. My first attack being resolved. I have no actions. I'm waiting for the enemy response for signature unit attacks on my dark units, on my Thunderwolf, on my Blackmane Sentinels, and it's attacking for 3. So should I use the drop or the south to shields? It will leave myself on 1, and then it could be a good target for the guardsman to really take a pinch here. Or should I just use 1 copy of the Indomitable? And I will do so. I will use it. So really that will keep me alive. So good to go. I'm happy about that. Okay. He forgot to trigger the support, so he forgot to trigger the Convent Prairie's advisor. So I'm about to let him go with it, so he can really add the fate icon and search for another support here, which I'm completely fine with it. I think I have advantage here. I have a lot of shields behind, so let's take that action a little bit back. The Indomitable is in play, so we will leave it open, but he wasn't able to find any support now, so it was a wasted fate icon. He had it on the Maxim to make it clear and keep that fate icon in play as long as possible. Okay, and this time I'm about to strike with my Sentinel onto one of his guardsmen to kill it off, and do not let him to do any attack at all. So my signature unit kills the guardsman now, and he's about to attack. I guess the attack will be with the Maxim Squadron for free, and he's considering his target now. So either he's gonna attack the Thunderwolf Cavalry, or he will try to kill the White Scar Bikers. White Scar Bikers are very dangerous in this position, but he do not. He decides to play with Guardsmen. So what will be his choice? No, he's undecided now which way to go. As he placed all those fate icons on the Warlord, I will need to start targeting the signature units instead. But the problem is not only the supports allowing to shield for 2, the ability of the signature unit increased that shield by another 1, so it's a free shield for any attack, really useful to support defense, so it kind of sucks. Guardsmen tried to attack my tactical squad. I shielded with the heavy flamer, so he couldn't really do any damage to me. Now he may try to attack, but I'm about to decide about my first movement. Will be the White Scar Bikers attacking for 4, and he used that troop transport, 2 shields, -1 damage, so 3 shields. Really, I was only able to do 1 damage to that unit in the effect, so that's not really great. It will cost me again a lot to try to kill them off. It's absolutely awesome here, really. Okay, I'm thinking about my defense now. What configuration is best? So should I really play the drop orders out and try to deal more damage and just shield with Indomitable, or should I play Indomitable and don't risk the drop orders out, because I could draw something like Honored Librarian, but I could draw nothing, and that would kill my Indomitable cost, and that will also just ditch me out from the 2 shoulder cards, so it's too risky. I think he's about to attack with the Maxim Squadron now, and I'm thinking Indomitable now. No, it's 3 attacks, so I can really shield it with the promotion and keep it alive, which is fine. So cool. Now Ragnar's gonna go and kill the token to do not let him do any damage next round, as I won't be without any shields soon. This will be very dangerous. So he attacks with the Maxim for 1. I guess I can shield it with Indomitable, but the Maxim, he do have actually 2 attacks, so I cannot shield it with Indomitable anymore. I could shield it with drop orders out, however, so that leaves me with Indomitable uncovered. You know what? I will get rid of that tactical squad. Really, I want to keep alive some of more powerful units in play now. So no, I decided to go this way. Yeah, Jeff have no action, so he stays. I guess I stay as well. So I attack for 4 again on that wounded unit to try to kill it off. He have additional support, so it will be only 1 damage. That's a heartbreaker, really. Strong defense from my opponent, and he attacks for 3 onto my wounded Thunderwolf cavalry, and I will now use the Indomitable to defend that unit. So great play. Cool. Now I can attack with the Thunderwolf for free. And does he have another support? The last card in his hand? He does. Wow. So he's full of supports. I really wonder how many he has in his deck. He's loaded with supports. Really, is a tough play and tough to kill them off. Really, I'm kind of losing the attack ground here. I have the last 2 shoulder support, which probably will save me for the second. But then I will need to start really attacking. He have no cards more, so he won't be able to. He won't be able to keep them alive for any more longer. So full attack value will go, and he decides to attack for free onto my dogs, and I'll be able to shoot 2 of those, so I can still attack with the Sentinels for 2, which is great, because I will probably target that wounded unit now with the attack from Sentinel and try to wound it. So bon voyage, fuckers. Maxim squadrons will finally die. So no actions, I guess. The attack from me. So Sentinels attacking the squadron, taking it down. Now Maxim decides to attack that Thunderwolf cavalry for 2. That will make it dead. So great. Now Ragnar attacks for 2 for the squadron. He wounded for 2. There is no actions from both of us. I have no possibilities. He have no cards whatsoever. So it will be attacked from White Sky Bikers, I guess, for 2 or for 4 onto the signature squadron. So I will kill it off finally. Second one goes down. You see what's the difference between Maxim with the ability and without. Now Sentinels died. Ragnar takes off those 2 fate icons from the Maxim. White Sky Bikers is able to strike. Maxim attacks for 2 on my Ragnar, and Ragnar's do the final blow and kill. Now this is a really cool play. I won the battle on the first 3 planets. I really sorted it really quickly here. My opponent had a really good opening hand for the long run, so I decided to take a shortcut and sprint him on the first 3 red iconed planets to really play a snowball and do not let him build himself. I guess in any other way, if the planet's icons, the winning conditions would look differently, that game could go worse and worse for myself. However, the command advantage for myself was quite high as well, so it kind of worked my favor. I have the Carthaginian outpost here. I would have another 5 resources now to deploy the tactical squads and the White Scar Bikers again. So it's tough to say, but I will definitely have that one locked anyway. I hope you enjoyed the video. My Ragnar deck proved again that he is pretty sharp still. Some small changes here really worked well. The Maxim build here is very unusual, however. It's not an elite typical heavy tank deck. It's built around the fate icons and those small immolator battery units, which are pretty cool actually to see. However, it wasn't enough this time to beat the Space Wolves. Space Wolves won again. They give me a point in the tournament, which I'm really happy about. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you're ready and prepared for the next battle. And I promise to, to play with the Ragnar a bit more. Probably, I'm quite positive, and especially that movement with the interception of the commitment on plan number 4 when he tried to kill off my Void Pirate. This move turned around the battle pretty much. The commitment there was really good, and from over there I think everything went my way. So good to go. I hope you leave some comments behind or under the video, and see you next time. Hey guys.